What's one skill every parent needs right now? What if the goal isn't to get it right? You've heard it before. There's no manual for parenting. But here's the truth. There's also no mold. And still, we keep trying to squeeze our kids into one. You don't need to be a parenting expert. But there is one skill that changes everything. What if the best thing you could give your child wasn't control, but clarity? Grounded, non-anxious leadership. Our kids don't need perfect parents. They need parents who know who they are. What the science tells us is that kids co-regulate off-adult nervous systems via sharing hormones. Because you see, when you're stressed, you secrete your cortisol out of your own pores. And this is taken in by all of those around you. And close attachments, such as your partner and your children, well, they will respond and align accordingly. And what psychology tells us is identity is shaped not by what we say, but rather by how we actually show up. And this aligns with that old truth. Actions speak louder than words. So what kids show us is they don't want a boss, they want a guide. So the more grounded you are, the more space your child has to become themselves. We're not raising products, we're growing people. The lie of the model child: quiet, polite, academically thriving, emotionally tidy. Not always, but often, we see the well-behaved child and think that this is a success. But did you ever consider that cooperation could also be suppression? Now, of course, we must guide our children to operate in our society, in the world as we know it. But we must also be mindful to note we are supporting a desired intention and not breaking a will to conform. The truth of real children is that they're messy, they're wildly individual. They learn via doing and undoing and doing and undoing again. So parenting without space for uniqueness is like going to the gym in a straitjacket, or sending all the animals of the world to the same school and curriculum. Or we kind of already do that. So if your kid seems too sensitive, too loud, or too dreamy, that might just be their gift in disguise. And this is why Kinship invites families to explore their uniqueness through focusing on connection and tools everyone can use. We don't seek to fix kids, we meet them. So 3 micro skills that can help parents stay grounded. Notice before you name. Instead of reacting, get curious. What's actually happening here? If you can find the space to do this, knowing full well that that's not always easy, you may just begin to see things switch from tantrum to communication, from defiance to distress. Remember, pause and look beneath the behavior. Hold the frame, not the script. You set the boundary, you hold the rhythm. But the content? Let them bring their color. Your job isn't to fill in their picture, just rather to hold the page still long enough for them to draw in. Lead with return and not perfection. Grounded parenting isn't about never messing up. It's about always coming back to presence, to empathy, to connection. You are human and should also model failure, as long as you can take accountability and repair accordingly. You are not a template, and they aren't either. The world doesn't need more sameness. Right now, we need unique traits and difference makers. We need more grounded, present families who aren't trying to perform, but to be real. You don't have to be everything. Just be anchored. The rest flows from there. And a gentle note, if you are hearing this as a message communicating that you are not doing enough, I apologize. I completely see how this can come across this way. I assure you that is not my intention, but I truly recognize the stress and weight of parenting today. And if you're open to a hard truth, if you are one of those people hearing this with a heavy heart or even some defensiveness, that shame that you're holding perhaps means you are one of the parents who needs this lens change the most. Because if you're stressed, carrying shame or something similar, this will affect your kids. So here is your call to support you. Not the kids, you. Your nourishment nourishes the children. Water your own pot first and see them grow further as a result.